Hello and welcome to Straight Talk. I'm Ayşe Süberkaş. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni had a closed-door meeting in Istanbul over the weekend. Italian media reported that the leaders discussed ways to develop and secure the Mediterranean region. The UN Refugee Agency says nearly 50,000 migrants tried to reach Italy by boat from Libya last year, feeling concerns that facilities won't be able to cope with the massive influx. Multiple sources said Ankara and Rome will soon sign an agreement to tackle the issue. In July last year, both countries launched the Rome process along with 20 other states and international organizations to prevent irregular migration and human trafficking. Erdogan and Meloni were also set to discuss strengthening economic ties and address the situation in Gaza. Both nations support a two-state solution to resolve the Israel-Palestine conflict. And now for more on Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's visit to Turkey. Joining me now from Trieste, Italy, is Federico Donelli. He is an assistant professor at Trieste University, and from Istanbul, Zuhal Mert Uzuner. She is an associate professor at Marmara University. A warm welcome to you both, and thanks for joining me on Straight Talk. So, Zuhal, Italy's Prime Minister Meloni was on a brief visit to Istanbul where she met President Recep Tayyip Erdogan over the weekend. Which topics topped their agenda?
It is obvious that Italy and Turkey has several common issues. Some of them are source of problems, some of them are the source of opportunities, let's say. And when we look at these common agenda topics, one of them, of course, is related with energy and the other cooperation areas such as defense, industry. So this is one of the most important part of this the talk and the negotiation. And another part, of course, is related with the security problems and risks in our common region. So when we look at the Eastern Mediterranean, we have so many different problems, but one of them is, of course, this the problem of the migration, and it creates so many humanitarian the crisis. So maybe it is related with directly Libya. So when we know that Libya is a good partner of Turkey, so from that approach, I think Libya should be is a part of the agenda topic.
So, Federico, the two leaders have reportedly discussed issues, as Zuhal just mentioned, from increasing trade to future defense deals and to boosting cooperation against illegal migration. So, how diverse are relationship between Turkey and Italy?
Yeah, this relationship is kind of, we can say, living a rapprochement period, because if we analyze the two countries' relationship, we can find how since the end of the former government of Prime Minister Mario Draghi and then Giorgia Meloni decided to establish a more pragmatic relationship with Turkey. This pragmatic relationship is also a change, or in some way witness a change of mutual misperception and skepticism. So right now, both consider each other as a partner than a rival.
So, Zuhal, given the current situation, how important it is for both countries to enhance cooperation on illegal migration?
Illegal migration is a common problem of all our region, actually, not only Italy and Turkey. And most probably in the next years, we will face more problems by depending on some other problems, such as the climate change. So it is obvious that Italy and all Mediterranean countries shall discuss on that, how to deal with this, the illegal migration issue. So how much it is influential on this, the final visit is a kind of, let's say, the secret for now for us, but it is obvious that it is a part of this discussion. Of course, Turkey could play a positive role about the flow of the illegal migrants, especially coming from the Central or North Africa, with Turkey's influence in Libya, because Libya is somehow supported by Turkish government, especially for security and order in the country. From that approach, these negotiations are very promising, I think.
Yes. So Federica Meloni is known to have spearheaded the Rome process, which aims to tackle illegal migration. So how will Italy's Rome process change the Mediterranean politics? And how is this process different than the previous attempts?
Meloni government put a lot of efforts on the Mediterranean, and especially to create more cooperation on illegal migration with the southern Mediterranean countries like Tunisia, Algeria, and of course Turkey. The problem is that right now they understood that along with the tackle of illegal migration, Italy and other European countries have to open also some kind of road for legal migration. And this is something that I think Turkey and Italy are also discussing, especially in relation of the Turkey-Italy corridor. And that is important in the upcoming future for Meloni government, also due to the constituency and for the domestic political reason. And we know there's European Union election next spring, so that is important.
So, Zuhal, the European Union is set to continue externalizing the migration and also its border controls to third countries. So in that case, where does this leave Turkey, which already hosts over 4 million refugees?
Actually, Turkey could be a good partner about controlling or somehow decreasing number of the migrants. But of course, it must not be a part of the readmission process because okay, as the partners around the same sea, let's say the Mediterranean countries, we need to find a solution for this humanitarian crisis. But on the other side, it is obvious that it cannot be externalized anymore. Still, we have that problem, that problematic approach in European countries, and this is not the real solution, actually. This is very pragmatic, very short-term, the answers maybe for political carriers of a few leaders. But for finding a solution to this migration crisis needs much more cooperation. So maybe it is important to create a kind of platform to discuss more about our common problems to stop that flow of people.
So, Federica, do Turkey and Italy have conflicting interests in Libya? I mean, how does Rome view Ankara's maritime and energy deals with the Tripoli government?
Yeah, well, we know that deal created a lot of problems, especially a lot of concern among Italian policymakers. But again, I think the Italian approach to Turkey and Turkey presence in Libya also has changed during the last 12 months. Nowadays, Italy perceives Turkey as more as a stabilizing actor. Italy recognized that Turkey has a security presence in Libya, and that security presence could be important also for Italian interests in the country, especially on the energy sector.
So, Zuhal, what could this possible migration deal that includes Turkey, Italy, and Libya be about? I mean, what are the shared interests between the two countries? We know in the past, Italy and Turkey had different views on the Libyan governments, but is this likely to change now?
So this is a very difficult question, actually. We need to find some solutions for this, let's say, the problem, but maybe there is no miraculous solution for this problem. Maybe we can start by creating much peaceful, much ordered atmosphere in these African countries. From that approach, Turkey has a very important power to do that, must be supported by the Italy and other allies, because the source of this migration problem is not only economic, it is also related with wars and instabilities in the region. From that approach, Turkey has a very important potential to do that with a very reliable partner by the African countries, by the North African countries. And also, Turkey can cooperate in the Eastern Mediterranean with Italy and with other partners to stop the illegal, let's say the illicit the trade for continuation of this illegal migration, because it is a humanitarian crisis and must be stopped. So at that Turkey can play a very important role.
So, Federica, bilateral trade between the two countries now stands at 25 billion euros and now is set to reach 30 billion. What other industries will be feeling trade trade ties between the two countries than the current ones?
Of course, when we consider the trade, we consider the big companies, the big Italian and Turkish companies, and especially manufacturing companies, but also, as you mentioned before, the defense sector. And this is very interesting that the two countries would like to establish a more close cooperation among the Turkey defense sector, especially related to drone, and the Leonardo, that is a big firm in Italy. At the same time, I think we have to consider the small, medium enterprises, because we've got a common ground between Italy and Turkey in relation with these kind of companies, and they are increasing their relationship, especially in agricultural sector, and again on texture and other things like small and medium enterprises.
All right, Federico and Zuhal, unfortunately, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you very much for joining me on Straight Talk.